Hey everyone, thanks for joining. John here, senior software engineer with 10 plus years of experience. I'm the lead maintainer of Latterly.io. Latterly is an open source website that will help you land your first or next programming role. And what I'd like to do today is add a leaderboard. So you're going to land your first or next programming role, right? Well, whenever you're doing that, how do you pick the right company? There is some existing guidance on that, but an increasingly interesting metric is company prestige. So for this, there is prestigehunt.com, which already exists and basically already does this. Why do I want to bring this over to Latterly? Well, I mean, first of all, if something is successful, I can just clone it over and have all the tools in one spot. That's cool. And then it's mine and it's open source. Prestige Hunt is not open source. There is a GitHub, but if you go to it, the code is not there. It's just like an issue. It collects issues for the site, basically. So Prestige Hunt is closed source. It's not owned by Latterly, but here's the real problem. Those are all like tangential. The real problem is this thing is not broken. This thing is broken. So here, if I go to what is it, Square? There's two companies called Square. Well, there's only one company called Square in real life. If I go to the website for Square, that one takes me to Square. And if I go to this website for Square, that one takes me to Stripe. So you see, and if I search Stripe, it's not there at all. So there's a bunch of companies that are missing here. Pipe is missing. There's a bunch of companies that are missing here. And so the way that this is supposed to work is you go over to the GitHub and you file an issue and you say, hey, this thing is broken. And then the guy is supposed to fix it, I guess, but he doesn't fix it. And so what you're left with is a great idea that works well for companies that are already included, but it's not keeping up to date and it's not serving the community. There's too many gaps. There's only like 140. There's 134 companies even mentioned on this website. Well, newsflash, there's more than 134 companies. So it's missing a ton of data. It's missing a ton of data. And I've recently gone through the job search myself, and I only like maybe 5 of the companies that I was interviewing with was their actual prestige data. So by using Latterly, it'll be open source, kept up to date, bugs fixed, but more important than any of that, there will be thousands of companies. Like my vision for Latterly is all the companies will be there. So even if you're dealing with a relatively obscure company, you can still calibrate the perceived technical bar. That's the point of doing this. It's not just a vanity metric. It's kind of a vanity metric. But what we're getting at here is, hey, if I want to learn high quality engineering practices, where do I go? Where do I go? That's the point of tech prestige. Okay, cool. I think that gives you the background, and I have 10, 12 minutes to work on this feature, so we'll probably not finish it now. This will probably be a multi-part series, but we'll get started. And the way that I want to kick this off is I want to have a page, just like this is a single page prestige hunt. And then you go head to head and you can vote, and then it aggregates votes and you get these overall rankings. This is similar to the ELO board, ELO for LLMs. So the leaderboard is like this generic pattern. It's super, super useful for calibrating. So there's the Limsys leaderboard, and you figure out like who's the best LLM this way. And there's many ways to evaluate a large language model, right? This doesn't mean that for every use case, GPT-4o is the best, but it's sort of an overall ranking. And then if you have a specific eval, obviously you would apply that. And if you have a specific task, you might prioritize a specific eval. But this is a great default first look, and it harmonizes with a lot of my research on hireability and educational prestige. So you can check out this paper if you're interested. Basically, prestige is a good indicator of how much a employment at a particular company will help you down the road in your career. Okay. So we're going to do this leaderboard thing. It's going to have a list of companies. So from a data model perspective, we will have votables. I could be more generic than companies. In fact, I want to. I want to be more generic. I want people to be able to rank education providers as well and some other things. So my data model, it will be votables. And then a company will be a votable type. And I will need to have a page that's like a view page, and I will also need to have this voting page so that users can vote, and I will discriminate between registered user votes and guest votes. And so you'll be able to see both scores, and this will hopefully reduce gamification. The idea of having like a verified voter, which I don't think Prestige Hunt has. So I think Ladderly is going to have a much better product here. Cool. That's all the background. Now let's find a GitHub issue and make a feature branch. So leaderboard. That's a different leaderboard. That is like a donor leaderboard. Prestige Arena. Prestige Arena. Cool. So here's our feature branch, number 270. Go over to VS Code. Check out -B. This will be init Prestige Arena. And you can see the name there after the LMSys Arena. But it's a leaderboard, basically. And probably leaderboard is a better term. And they're also going to have ranking over time. That's cool. How do I support data model for this? I'll need some sort of cron job. That can be done later. So first of all, let's get the people the ability to vote. And then separately, I can have a cron job which sorts on the ranking. Let's see. Or an event. So when someone views the page, it'll be better to prepare that ahead of time. Fan out on read, fan out on write. Let's fan out on write. Oh, the backend is on fire. That's no good. So event-based or cron job, event-based would be better, and we can fan out on write. And then, yeah, if we get into tens of thousands of companies, we might probably want to split that. But at least for your first, say, 100 companies, you can immediately update on write. So I'll make a note here. For now, we will update on write, i.e. at vote time. This will be fine up to hundreds of companies. When we get to thousands or tens of thousands, update on write may create unacceptable latency. So we may need to implement a daily job or hourly or whatever at that point. I think Vercel cron has a free daily job, but it's in beta. And they're going to remove it when it's paid, and it won't be a free daily anymore. I think there are some cron SaaS that will allow a free run per day. Cool. So what does this start with? The page or the data model? We really need both. Let's go over to our code. Let's start with the page. And so from here, I'm gonna put it just like they do. It's gonna be right up into the nav bar. So here I'll have leaderboard, and that will give me a nice place even when I do get donors. So I have this Community Hall of Fame. These are like the top donors. The numbers are not updated, but shout out and thank you to these donors. These are out of date, like there have been more donations since then. Do I want leaderboard? Do I want to move that under like a leaderboard setting? Not really. I like the idea that that remains under community. And so what would this be? Leaderboard maybe doesn't make sense if it's only for votables. Yeah, designer in the chat, let me know if you have like an ideal name here. I could put arena, it's terse, but then it's like, what the hell's an arena? But then as long as I explain it, it should be good, maybe. So chatbot arena. Yeah, I'll call it arena. Or I can call it leaderboard, and I can have this link in two places. There can be two ways to get to top donors. I like that too. We can give them kind of an extra shout out, eh? Because I like the term leaderboard. Then let's do a sentiment analysis. Leaderboard's going to be better, right? From a sentiment analysis perspective, what is a more positive term? Which will drive more engagement? Provide two separate scores, 1 to 10. Leaderboard, arena. Let's do a couple others. Prestige, prestige list, rankings, best companies. Context. I am trying to build a tool that allows people to vote on the most prestigious schools and companies. So best companies has the highest sentiment, but it's not just companies. It's also the most engaging. What's an alternative to best companies that encompasses schools and other arbitrary entities as well? Tools, learning providers, mentors, etc. Besties list. Maybe besties. I like besties, huh? Oh, it shot me down. Pinnacle picks. Yo, Claude is hype about pinnacle picks. Let's get another opinion here. Chat, how do you feel about pinnacle picks? Let's get another opinion from GPT-4o over here. I guess this is going to be a planning stream more than a coding stream. That's fine. Prestige list, it's doing high over here. Best companies wins again. I think we're good in the 8 world. So I think top tier showcase can work. Pinnacle picks. Just sounds like something that should be like in SpongeBob. Maybe that's exactly why I should do it. No, because Pinnacle Picks is too long up here. It's too long up here. How about top picks? Top honors? Ooh, top honors is close to top picks. Elite selection. Okay. I like that. Top honors list. I like top honors. Cool, I think we can work with that. I like top honors. 9-8, 9-8. We'll go with it. I'm good with top honors. Go team. Let's see. So I'll make a top honors page and then we'll wrap the stream. Okay, so I go over here to source, app. Am I in the right repo? Yeah, laterally, app, under app, we have all of these. And so now I'm going to make a new folder. Don't know what I just clicked there. That's not a new folder button. New folder, top honors. We're in a Next.js situation. Should be page.tsx. Where's my page files? Page.tsx. Here's a user's query hook. What is this? Where are the pages at? Checklists. Oh, pages is over here. What? Okay. Huh. I didn't think I needed a pages directory. Okay. Settings, index. I think it's pages.tsx now. Is it not? Page.tsx. So let me grab settings and I'll copy this over. Here, it's called a home page. I wanted to copy the settings page, settings list. And then I'll replace the settings page with top honors page. And it doesn't need to be authenticated. Cool. All right, I'm committing that. That will kick off our branch, and I'll see you next stream where we'll actually get into lower level coding in the data model.